Hello. Um, been doing a lot of recordings today, and so I've been doing an outfit change for each one. I have definitely got to the point where I'm actually stealing some of my wife's clothes. I might have more clothes than my wife. Anyway, this one is really cute, but it also has a zipper in the back, and I'm not about it. Mostly because the zipper doesn't agree with me. It says my back should be this big instead of this big. Looks really cute on her. I mean, I don't hate it. Hi, Ellie. But what are you doing? You finding a good cuddly spot? I'm sorry I took all the blankets out of here. Cutie. Okay. Sorry, easily distracted. So, today I wanted to do a review for volumes 1 and 2 of Wires and Nerve by Marissa Meyer. I really enjoyed it. It was good to go back to the series. What is her series called? Oh God, goodness. I don't know. I'm thinking Fractured Fairy Tales, but that could be neither here nor there. Anyway, Marissa Meyer has a whole series that is all fairy tales, retellings, starting with Cinder, which is a retelling of Cinderella, except I think she loses her whole, like half of her leg instead of just uh, her shoe. She's part cyborg, or just cyborg. Mm, I don't know. Words and robots and robotic parts. I'm pretty sure if you have a robotic part, you're a cyborg. Eh, I don't know, but very sci-fi um, series with um, yeah. I don't know. I highly recommend all of them. Each one is from the perspective of a different character. So the first one's Cinder, and then there are three other ones. Um, it's been a while since I read them, so I'm not going to get into them too much. I know Belle is in there. Um, let's see, Rapunzel in there. Think so. I'm pretty sure Rapunzel's the one that in the actual fairy tale the prince goes blind. Um, I could be mixing it up with one of the other ones. Um, Pretty sure Snow White is the fourth one. Again, not confident. Then who am I missing? I don't know. But anyway, they were all very good. I don't think I read the whole series. It pretty much finishes up with the fourth book. But then there is a couple other side stories as well, and then there's a series of shorts. Well, there's a collection of short stories, which features one of Cinder's friends, which is a android named Eco, um, who is a real person. But yeah, so the Wires and Nerve series that I started reading, volume 1 and 2, is a graphic novel about that android once everything's kind of finished, and it wraps everything up a little bit and then gives Eco, the android, love interest, and kind of carries on about their struggles. And it was really good. It definitely felt very non-binary coded, which I think was intentional, but it's hard sometimes knowing if it's more my bias or if it's actually there. Because there's a difference between being non-binary and then just being different and not necessarily relating to your peers, which you know. Um, so either way, I think it's a good read. It was very blue, and I'm not sure why it was so blue. Like the art was very blue. I'm sure there is a reason, but if it's a thematic reason, I have no idea why. But I did really like the art. I think both volumes actually use a different artist, um, but both were very good. Probably like the second one's art a little bit better, but I think there's also the second one's just longer. So like I don't know how much of that is just recency bias and me seeing more of it, but um, both of them were very good. And I think it wrapped everything up, and it did not just feel like a cash grab to be expanding on the series. I think it, added a storyline that made sense and felt like a good development for Eco, and I was just very happy with it. Um, Going back to it feeling very non-binary coded, I do think either way it was done very well because it definitely felt more like it's about their experience rather than ever feeling like a trope, if that makes sense. In this extension of a story that is essentially a retelling of Pinocchio, it doesn't feel like a trope. And I think I can say that for all of the books in the series. You know, there are tropes, but they are done in such a way that they don't feel like it. So yeah, highly recommend the entire series. Highly recommend the graphic novel series, Wires and Nerves, Volume 1 and 2. And yeah, all the lists.